Hello everyone and welcome. This is the Silent K and today we're playing some MegaMek. But first, I would like to recap what happened last week because quite a lot happened, in a manner of speaking. But first, Mr. McGorilla was regaling us with a tale about his classic Battletech match. He says, we ended up doing a 2 versus 2 clan trial of possession using Zelbriggan. I think he was surprised as he was, expecting he'd need to teach me the ropes of it all. Anywho, it was a Smoke Jaguar, Grendel B, and Ebon Jaguar Prime versus my Nova Cats, Nova Cat Prime and Uller A. So definitely going with the thematic mechs. He says, 3 hours later he'd legged and then killed my Uller, and I did 2 versus 1 against my Nova Cat. Last shot of the match, I blow off his Jaguar's arm and send him unconscious. That certainly sounds like an exciting match. I assume the 3 hours in between were anything but tedious. But yeah, it does, doesn't it? It does sound like you were at the bottom there at the end, which I'm sorry for, but you can't win them all. As I learned against Gribbly. But that's not what I'm trying to get into here. What I'm trying to get into here is some Challenger Deep. Yeah, it was. Well, I'm glad you had a good time, and yeah, I wish we could have gotten a play-by-play on that one, but it is what it is. So besides working on these refit kits that these refits that we're still working on, we've got the Rifleman in 10 days, we've got the Panther and the Warhammer a little bit longer than that. We did begin exploring on track 1, and we immediately found a battle, which we're going to get into first in a second. And I'll go over the objectives here in just a moment. But other than that, let's see, there's no one in the infirmary, nothing in the repair bay, the warehouse is looking good, the hangar is looking good. We didn't have any XP to spend, I don't think. Well, we do have some dependents who are who have enough XP to pick up a skill or two. I should say a skill, none of them have enough for 2. The administrators are all caught up. Yeah, okay, I think our XP is in order. So we are on the planet of planting, which took us a little bit further from where we were trying to hang out, but it's only a 5-month contract, so we should be done around about January, which gives us a little bit of time. So our current mission is a recon mission where we are supposed to be scanning the enemy units. We do have allied trainees on the ground. I had been keeping them out of the fight, but I was thinking about bringing them in just a little bit closer, just in case they had a chance to engage. One of them is a Panther, so maybe we can get off a sniper shot or 2 with that thing. Yeah, Panther and a couple of Wasps. We are supposed to be preserving them, so if we lose any of them, that is one of our objectives failed. But the main thing is we are supposed to be scanning the primary op 4. Now, I was looking at the map, and it seems like it didn't remember where our sensor contacts were from the saved game. I know there was something in this area that we were going after, and we were going to try to sweep up, because I think we had 1 or 2 more sensor contacts in this area. So we were going to start at the south and sweep our way to the north, and there was, I want to say, more than 4 units up in this area as well. So let me just take a look at what we're up against real quick first. There's a Wolfhound and a Wyvern and a Vedette. The Hunchback we've got eyes on. That's a 3-3 in that Hunchback, wow. 3-2 and a Pack Rat. The Hunter is on the field. There's a Stinger. I think there was a Hetzer that we can see. Can we see the Hetzer? Let me double check. We can see the Maxim, the Hunter, the Drillson, and the Hunchback. So no, we cannot see the Hetzer. It's around here somewhere with that autocannon 20 lurking behind a corner somewhere. There's a harasser. There's 2 Drillsons actually. So yeah, we're looking at about maybe half almost of the enemy forces just in that one little area. With that said, I did also set the sensors on our 3 trainees to active. We switched those over to MagScan. Oh, sorry, I totally missed the comment. Kind of interesting. The first time I started BattleMech MUXing back in the 90s, I was with Nova Cats. First tabletop game in ages, and I'm playing them as them again. I'm not sure what MUXing is, but I assume it's tabletop because it was in the 90s. I never played the Nova Cats. Maybe I should give them a chance. Honestly, I don't usually play as the clans at all. I'm generally an Intersphere player myself. Oh, right. We still need to replace primary Op 4 and our ground reinforcements who are arriving on turn 7, I believe. We need to replace them all with Princess so that they can start moving. And we've lost sight of the Hunchback. Lovely. Okay, we'll have these wasps jump their full distance. And for some reason they're in a different order now, I think, than they were, because I'm pretty sure the Cronus was above the trainees. So one more, I think, little quirk of saving and loading a battle in 49.12. Let's see, next. Just to double check. Oh, these guys are also switched back to radar. That's interesting. I'm pretty sure I had them on MagScan. We'll continue advancing to the southeast. Hopefully we can make contact with someone down there. Oh, you're on MagScan. Hopefully we've got some contact here before too long, because I'm relatively sure there was someone down here. And of course, the Spider, the most mobile unit of all, will continue carrying around the outside. Okay, so no rolls during the movement phase. Can hit done. We've got no targets. They've all evaded us, probably because of this giant mountain in the way. So we can just go ahead and click done on everyone. Everyone's at 0 heat. No surprise there. And okay, remaining units deploy round 7. Okay, we're on round 5, so we've got 2 more rounds. We'll get some reinforcements from the northwest. We can hit done. We'll go ahead and sync some initiative with these trainees again. Oh, now we've got some contacts. So let me blow this up and look at this. So we've got sensor return here. I knew we did. We've got quite a lot of sensor returns in this midfield here. Only a couple now in the backfield. So it looks like we know where the majority of them are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's almost all of 3 lances, but I know they had some infantry. I don't know if the infantry count as a sensor return though. But we will continue advancing with our trainees just to see. Might want to have those wasps jump backwards a turn or 2 just to keep them from outpacing the Panther. Let's see, we've got the Spider for scouting. I think this guy has yet to move, so we might be about to get eyes on him and then lose them again. That is a Vedette. Okay. We could stand still and scan it, or we could just blow it up. You know, multi-user dungeons, yeah. MUXing was classic BattleTech tabletop version of that. Like a persistent real-time version of MekHQ with an economy, capture, and recovering and repairing of units, etc. Lots of fun. It sounds like. Excuse me. Except for, I don't know, I have questions about the real-time aspect of it. Because doesn't that, I don't know, I like my games to be less time-based and more turn-based, because that gives everyone, I think, a level playing field. Alright, let's see what this vedette is trying to do. Oh, he is just going to hang out in the same hex we're in. And the quick draw, I think, is going to try and take advantage of that lack of target movement modifier. No one had to make any rolls during the movement phase. Okay, so Stiletto. Expand this a little bit. Stiletto has Vedette on 4s with the ER large, and I think that's going to be 4s with the medium pulses as well. So we'll go ahead and we'll start with 8 points and some 6-point shots. And we've got a 6 with the LRM, or with the SRM4. Do we go ahead and go up to 6 heat for that? I don't see why not. We're not in any immediate danger from anyone else. We can spend an overheat or a cooldown turn. Quick draw on the Vedette. We've got 8 and 5 damage profile, so we can go ahead and lay into him for 5 over. The Wolverine unfortunately does not have a target. He's facing the wrong way, and he's on top of the enemy. And we've got 8s with the Spider. We'll go up to 20 heat for that. Sorry. We'll burn 20 heat. We have 20 heat sinks, so we're actually not overheating. That was the downside, especially if you couldn't connect during American prime time. However, you could deploy anytime you wanted, run patrols, capture factories, achieve scenario objectives, etc. That sounds really engaging, to be honest. I'm a little sad that such a thing no longer exists. I assume it no longer exists. You said it happened during the 90s. That doesn't necessarily mean it's not ongoing, but I assume I would have heard about MUXing by now if it was still a thing. But yeah, I think it would be fun to pick a faction and run a unit against other players in battles for control and dominance of territory and whatnot. Alright, so the Cronus hits the Vedette in the right side with a large laser and 3 medium pulses and immediately destroys the Vedette. The rest of the turn is moot. Okay, we got a couple guys running hot. They're going to take a cooldown turn. That's fine. It's round 6. We have 1 initiative. Alright, Stiletto. Well, let's start with Wasps first of all. Try to get them up and into position, I guess. And the Panther is doing his best to get into a sniping position at top speed, which for him is not very fast. I love Panthers, but they move like a heavy. Alright. And jump over to here. We won't have partial cover against anyone uphill from us. We might have partial cover against this guy if he doesn't move. Oh, we've got eyes on the Hetzer, and he has not moved yet. Oh, that's unfortunate. Please don't blow me up, Mr. Hetzer. Oh, he stands still. He did not move. Oh boy. We do not have enough long-range weapons to get into a sniping battle with the Hetzer. We've got a couple of large lasers. Yeah. I think we've got a large laser on each of our 3 larger mechs, and other than that, everyone is 9 hexes or less. Wolfhound needs a 7, gets a 9 for entering rubble. And we saw that. Where is this Wolfhound? Okay, he's up there. Hetzer is taking shots at the Wolverine. And he needs a 9. And I'm illuminated by a searchlight. Wolverine. Go. Damage high, low. Oh no, this is the other Wolverine. This one has an LB10X. So that's something at least. We've got him on 6s and 9s. We'll go a bit hot for that. Stiletto does not have eyes on the Hetzer or anyone. The Quick Draw, which is, it's not Ash, who is that? That's a 0. 0 also does not have eyes on the Hetzer or anyone. The Spider doesn't have eyes on anyone in range. The Wasps are out of range, and I assume so is the Panther. Okay, the Hetzer needs a 9, gets a 6. Whew. The Wolverine, is currently firing LBX cluster munitions, apparently. Hits him in the front for 3 points. I could have sworn he was firing regular munitions. I will have to check that. We did glance off his front with the medium pulse laser for 1 damage. That's must be at extreme range, so that would be 3 rounds down to 1, I guess. That sucks. And 2 SRMs to the left side, costing it a pair of movement points and +4 to driving skill rolls. The Drillson missing the Wolverine on a 10. Got an 8. The Wolverine is at 3 heat. Everyone else is running cool. Going into round 7, we've won initiative, although we will be going in front of the reinforcements, who decided to split their forces. So we have a Goblin tank down here. And we have 2 Maxims and a Scimitar up here. Those guys are about to get chewed up. They are going to attract the attention of all of these guys at least. Well, that's not great. I wish Princess would have deployed maybe just a little further back from where the enemy is. In the meantime, we need to be destroying that Hetzer before he can take another shot at us. We've got eyes on... Okay. We're just gonna have to push. I don't really see any 2 ways around it. Okay, you guys fall back for a second. I don't want to risk these wasps with anything resembling real combat. How heavily armored is the Spider? Not enough. An autocannon 20 would absolutely demolish him if it hits. So I think we might be jumping up here to reinforce the tanks. It'll take me a couple turns to get there, but I think I can do more good there than against the Hetzer. Looks like the Wyvern is joining the party. we go here, we should have partial cover from the Wyvern. Can we see him though? LOS blocked by terrain. Oh, it's alt. They're both mechs. LOS blocked by terrain. Okay. So where maybe could I go? The Wolverine. Wolverine could soak an autocannon 20 hit if it had to. Let's come down here. This Hetzer should be like a 2-3 movement profile at this point, so he's not going far. Which way is he facing? I don't see on this, right? Why does he look so weird? Quick draw. Quick draw, I guess we'll engage the Wyvern. Alright, Maxim. I assume flanking and turning. Oh, moving backwards over an elevation. Needs a 5, gets a 5. Drillson, flanking and turning, needs a 4, gets a 6 twice, and that's the same one twice. The Maxim, moving backwards over an elevation change, needs a 5, gets a 10. Scimitar needs a 7, gets a 7 for the same thing. Alright, Stiletto does not have eyes on the Hetzer or the Wyvern. We do have eyes on the Wolfhound on a 7. We'll go ahead and take that shot. Wolverine trading fire with the Hetzer, who needs a 9 again. Hopefully we get lucky again. And hopefully we can hit him on 8s. Oof, that's rough. Do we have... Okay. We don't have Searchlight on him. We'll go up to 6 over, try to kill this Hetzer in one go. And the quick draw hopefully still has a Searchlight. We can turn that 8 into... No, we don't have a Searchlight, do we? I guess we've got the Wyvern on 5s. Because the Wyvern is using a Searchlight. So we've got him on 5s and 7s. We'll see if we can get started on him. We'll skip one of the mediums, throw in the SRMs. That puts us 2 over. I like to stay out of range plan. I'm not trying to get hit by the Hetzer. I'm not. If I can't take him down this turn, I'm definitely going to withdraw, give him a little space, and try to finish him off at range next turn, or the turn after. See, the Spider has the Drillson on 15s, has the Hunter on 13s, has the Harasser on 15s. That's not a shot I can take. The Wasp has no one in range. Panther has no one in range, and the other Wasp obviously has no one in range either. Alright, lots of people being illuminated by lots of searchlights. The Harasser landing 3 SRMs. That's the enemy Harasser landing SRMs on a friendly Maxim. Hits him in the front for 3 SRMs, down to costing him 1 movement point, down to 14 armor. Cronus with the Wolfhound missing on a 7. The Hetzer lands the autocannon 20 on the Wolverine's left torso, which goes internal and crits on the SRM 6. That hurts. That Wolverine is going to be at the back of the formation for the rest of the battle. He is not going to be trying to keep that that open torso where it's vulnerable. And what else do we have in that left torso? Oh, we've got SRM 6 ammo. Nothing major. And if I'm not mistaken, this Wolverine still doesn't have case. Yeah, we need to watch out for that. The Wolverine at the Hetzer missing on 8s. Lands a medium pulse to the left side, lands a medium laser, glancing off the left side. I forgot that glancing blow stuff. The Maxim landing a machine gun at the friendly Maxim's left side, and SRMs to the left side and front and rear, costing it all of its movement points. It's immobile now. The Pack Rat at the Maxim, hitting it in the front and immobilizing him. The Quick Draw, landing a large laser on the Wyvern's right arm, down to 6 armor. Medium lasers to the left torso. And 4 SRMs to the left and center torso and the right leg. Let's see, that's 8 and 5 and 8 is 21. So that's going to be a PSR. The Drillson, that's the enemy Drillson at the friendly Maxim, hits him in the left side with an ER large laser and an SRM2, down to 6 armor there. The enemy Drillson at the other Maxim hits him in the right side, destroying his searchlight. And 6 LRMs to the front and rear, immobilizing it. So that, I'm pretty sure that's both Maxims immobilized. The Maxim returning fire, machine gun fire at the foot platoon, kills 7 guys. Kills 14 guys because they caught him in the open. And 2 SRMs killing 4 more guys, down to 10. 6 more guys, kills all but 4 guys of that light scout foot platoon. Nice. It's amazing what a couple machine guns and some SRMs will do against some infantry. The Wyvern missing on 8s, 10s, and 12s. The Scimitar missing on 8s and 12s. The Hunchback at the Maxim hits it in the left side and the rear. The left side some more, and the left side some more. Oh, he's got 2 LRM-10s. I didn't realize. So yeah, the Maxim destroyed by damage after 1 round of fire. The Hunter at the Maxim hits him in the right side. That is the other Maxim now, down to 4 armor on the right side. The Maxim at the Hunter, landing 5 LRMs to the front, landing 3 LRMs to the front, down to 24 armor there. And we did knock the Wyvern down. He needed a 5, he got a 4. He takes 5 to the right torso, needs a 5 to avoid hurting the pilot, gets a 6. So the Wolverine is at 6 heat, the Quick Draw is at 2 heat, the Wyvern is at 6, and the Hunchback is at 5. So those guys are not going to be able to continue firing at that rate. And we've lost initiative going into round 8. We will be going first. That's fine. We've got some sinks. We'll have the Panther go ahead and continue venturing north. We'll have the Wasps go ahead and trail him. Okay, so what has moved? We've got the Maxims, both immobile. We've got a foot platoon here with, I think 4 guys left. Excuse me. Let's see, the Wolverine is definitely going to be jumping where he can get some cover against that Hetzer. There is nowhere to get cover from the Hetzer. I'd like to move after the Hetzer does. I guess stats on the Hetzer. The Hetzer is now a 2-3, I think. Why does it say 4-6 and then 2-3? Is that starting and then current? I'm not sure. I think it's starting in current because he's lost 2 movement points, which means that he can move forward, he can move here, he can move here, he could flank to there, he could back up to here. Yeah, I'd really like to let him move first. I don't know what he's gonna do, but I don't want to be in front of that autocannon again. Quick Draw. Let's see, what height is this? That's level 5, that's level 3, so that's not kicking in the head distance. That's level 4 though. That is too close to that head, sir. Let's go ahead and move the spider, I guess. Up here, we can maybe take some shots at some fools. Oh, the Hetzer has moved. Huzzah. Have our Wolverine jump 3 hexes. That puts him medium laser range from the Wolfhound. I don't like that. I don't want to be in front of the Hetzer, but behind him isn't much better. That Wolfhound has enough crit seeking ability that I don't want to expose my ammo to him. The quick draw, however, quick draw can come over here and try to flank the Wyvern. We can still see him, right? Because we have the high ground. Stiletto. Also, try to take the high ground over here. Wolverine. Yeah, we're just gonna fall back a bit. We don't have eyes on the Hetzer anymore, which is unfortunate. Wyvern got up with a 4, needed a 4, got a 6. The Drillson needed a 4, got a 4 for moving backwards over an elevation change. Werewolf Emerson, hi, how are you? You are indeed fashionably late. We were in the middle of some reconnaissance, if you can call it that. Although there's a Hetzer over here on our flank that really did a number on our Wolverine. Alright. Shall we start with the quick draw on the Wyvern? We've got him on 8s and 10s. We'll skip one of the mediums and throw in the S arms to be 4 points over. I would call it taking an AC-20 to the start. You can do recon with a stalker and 3 riflemen, I say. Yeah, you're not wrong. That Hetzer had to hit me on 9s, and he pulled it off. So kudos to him. But yeah, that really hurt. We're gonna give him a little more space now. We'll go 2 heat over to get some 11s on the Wyvern. Not that I expect those to hit. We've got the Wolfhound on a 9 and 13s. And actually, we should probably be dumping that ammo. Where do we go to do that? Is that under systems? And we'll dump at the start of the next game turn. Not be able to run or jump. I think we've got the distance. Yeah, we're gonna start dumping that ammo. I like how Battletech just uses the wheeled Hetzer. Yeah, the engineering department decided to revive a design from 1944. I mean, if it works, but it looks stupid, is it stupid? I have a fair amount of respect for the Hetzer in all its forms, and I mean like a healthy amount of respect. You do not want to be in front of something like that when it's capable of aiming at you and firing. Alright, quick draw at the Wyvern. Quick draw at the Wyvern hits him in the right arm with that large laser. Excuse me, 1 second, hang on. Okay, I needed that. Thank you. I appreciate your patience. Quick draw at the Wyvern hits him in the right arm with a large laser, hit him with medium lasers to the right leg and left arm, 4 SRMs to the left leg, left torso, and right arm, down to 3 structure there. The harasser at our friendly foot platoon, killing, looks like 12 guys, down to 16 guys in that squad. Have you tried taking it out with your wheeled Sherman? I don't know how well that would work. I'm pretty sure the Hetzer would just blow a hole in the Sherman. Cronus at the Wyvern hits him in the left torso, down to 4 armor there, and 2 SRMs to the left arm and right leg. Wolverine at the Wolfhound hits him in the center torso with that LB-10X on a 9, got a 10, very nice. Spider at the Drillson hits him in the right side, immobilizing the Drillson. That was the hit I was hoping for. Foot platoon missing, foot platoon missing. The Drillson at the Maxim hits him in the right side with an ER large laser and a machine gun, which destroys the Maxim. Drillson at the Maxim hits him in the right side in the front, immobilizing it, but he's already dead. The Scimitar landing an SRM on the Drillson's left side. The Wyvern missing on a 10. The Hunchback missing on 11s. The Wyvern needs a 5 to stay standing, gets an 11. Alright, we've got some heat buildup. I've got the quick draw at 4. I've got the Cronus at 2. Everyone else is running relatively quick. Cool. Wolverine will begin dumping SRM 6 ammo starting now. We have 1 initiative between our teams, but we are going first within our team, which is fine because we're down to like 4 units up here. We're being forced to go before the foot platoons. That sucks. Alright, let's start with the Panther. And the Wasps. Okay. So we've still got 4 units to move, one of whom is, let's just say, gonna be wary. We want to hit this Drillson on the right or left side, it looks like. Let's see if we can tag him on the left side after a jump. He's immobile, so it shouldn't be too hard. We are still at close range for his large laser, which I believe is turret mounted. Alright, let's get to within medium range of that autocannon and hope he doesn't nail us with it. Wolverine, you can actually just stand still. You're not in anyone's line of fire. Quick draw is level 7, level 5. Okay, so we can't actually punch or kick him from here. But if we go... Takes 5 movement points. That would be a run. We'd be on the same level as him. So we're not kicking him in the head. But we can kick him. And we can kick him in the leg, which has taken some damage. Or we could torso twist and punch him. I think I like that plan. We'll go ahead and just walk then. Sorry. Let's see. Against the Hetzer, we've got him on 7s. The Wyvern is so weird. It appears a lot in the tabletop, but it has never had a video game debut. It even has a Clan 2C model. I wouldn't say it appears a lot in the tabletop. I mean, it does come up, I guess, but I'm not sure if it has a new sculpt from the Kickstarter. Rogue Tech has it. Rogue Tech has everything though. We'll go up to 5 heat. Do we go up to 8 heat? Yeah, I want to go up to 8 heat. And then next turn we'll flank him, get him where we can get eyes on. The Wolverine will close in. I don't know, maybe. We're going up to 8 heat this turn, that's all I know. The Wolverine has the Hetzer outside of visual range. And no eyes on anyone else. The quick draw has eyes on the Wolfhound on 6s, or the Wyvern in the back with 9s. That's gonna be 6s and 8s. Dude, from Hank, I love you, but Rogue Tech even has the Swordsman. Davian Mech that only has 2 sheets in one book that is completely lost and was last seen in like 2500s. So what I'm saying is, what does it not have? That's a very good and valid point, I would say. 6s and 8s. We'll go up to 5 heat, and then we'll try punching the Wyvern in the back, I guess. The Spider at the Drillson, we want to try to hit him in the left side. We've got him on 4s. We can do that, only going up to 1 heat. Everything. The Wasp has no one in range. Panther has no visibility, and the Wasp has no one in range. Have used the Swordsman in Rogue Tech. Not surprising. Like we said, Rogue Tech has everything. The Harasser missing the allied Scimitar on 10s. The Cronus at the Hetzer missing with the ER large. Medium pulses to the front, immobilizing it. So now flanking it is going to be super easy. Hit it in the left side, hit it in the front some more, down to 7 armor on that left side, down to 15 on the front. The Stinger missing, the Pack Rat missing, the Wolfhound missing on 6s and 8s. Quick draw at the Wolfhound, missing with the 6, but landing the 8s to the left arm and the right leg, medium lasers apiece. SRM Foot Platoon at the Scimitar, that's our friendly Scimitar. Landing SRMs to the right side, quite a lot of them, stunning the crew and destroying the stabilizer, down to 9 armor on that right side. Strangely, there is a mod for MechWarrior 5 that adds the Swordsman, which boggles me because, like I said, it's an insanely obscure mech that is still fully lost. Not the most obscure I know, but it's pretty up there. I mean, I've at least heard of the Swordsman. I'm sure there's mechs out there that you've heard of that I haven't. So I'm not gonna say it's the most obscure mech out there, but I mean, it's not common, I don't think, in any medium. Like, I don't remember it being in any of the novels that I've read or anything like that, for sure. The Speeder at the Drillson, landing 3 medium lasers to the left side, down to 2 armor there, and the turret for 5 down to 19. Missed with the small laser. The Drillson at the Allied Foot Platoon, killing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, leaving 11 guys alive. And the friendly ground troopers at the Drillson hidden in the right side for 5, looks like, immobilizing it some more. The Wyvern missing on 7s at the quick draw. The Hunchback landing an LRM on the Foot Platoon. Oh. Sorry, a medium laser, and looks like 20 LRMs. Down to 6 guys in that squad. I do think it's interesting that the Swordsman isn't in the base MechWarrior 5 game. You say it's there because of a mod. And I would like to point out that modders are capable of adding anything to anything. Rogue Tech is the product of modders. Let's see, the Hunter at our Spider, ouch, landing 12 LRMs all down the right side, down to 2 armor on that right torso. He already took a hit, didn't he? The Scimitar at the Jolson, landing an SRM to the right side, and no one falls down. We are going to punch the Wyvern in the back on 7s. We punched him in the left arm and the right arm, which is destroyed, critting on his small laser and shoulder, and transferring into the right torso rear, leaving him with 2 armor there. So the Cronus is at 8 heat, the Quick Draw is at 5, their Wolfhound and Hunchback are both at 6 heat. We've won initiative going into round 10, and we are going last. We're at 96% of our forces, primary outforce down to 61% of theirs, our ground reinforcements are down to 37% of theirs. Ouch. Our reinforcements really did not pack much of a punch. And unlike other Star League era obscure designs, never got a revival. Not by the Helm Memory Core, nor the Jihad like many others. Oh, we're still talking about the Swordsman. I was thinking of the Wyvern for a second. I was like, I'm pretty sure there's a Wyvern with updated tech, but the Swordsman, I'm not sure there is. As a matter of fact, I'm very, very uncertain about that. But yeah, the Swordsman is one of those mechs that I've barely heard of. Oh, the Hetzer's dead. No crew. Okay. Let's see. We will jump up here. We'll try to take some shots at the Wolfhound, maybe. Let's see, the Wolverine. We're not trying to kill the Hetzer, but we are just trying to advance to get back into the fight. We still have lasers. We still have the autocannon. We've got the Wolfhound closing with Stiletto, maybe trying to kick her in the head. Now give me a Battletech game with the Goliath, for real. The Goliath is, oh lord, I remember the picture better than I remember its stats. I don't remember how it plays, but I know what it looks like. Both the old sculpt and the new one. The old one was much more leggy. The new one's a lot more squat, I think. Maybe we jump in here and try to kill this harasser. Or do we continue hounding the Drillson? Drillson still has an LRM-10, presumably in the turret. We can't walk there. We're gonna have to jump. We can jump 3 hexes. No, we want to be more evasive than that. We will go for the harasser this turn. We'll jump back down and try to nail the Drillson next turn. Or as I know it, the Crab Walker from Dougram. Really? I did not realize that the Goliath was a Dougram design. Should have figured. It kind of has that same look as the Archer and the Warhammer. Oh wait, the Archer and the Warhammer are from Dougram, right? It has that more tanky kind of feel to it that I'm used to seeing from the mechs that I associate with Dougram. I may be wrong about that. Let's see, Quick Draw against the Wyvern. He's got SRMs. Warhammers from across. Oh, my bad. Do we just stand still and turn to face him? Archers and Warhammer are from across. Dougram are the Shadowhawk, the Griffin, the Battlemaster, the Wolverine, and the Goliath. Okay. That's a little less cohesive of a group as I was thinking. I mean, the Shadowhawk and the Griffin obviously have their similarities. The Griffin and the Battlemaster have the similar, I feel like, cockpit area. But the Goliath is kind of the odd man out in that set, I feel like. Yeah, quick draw is going to stand still and try to lay into that wyvern as much as possible. Foe platoon has fled the battlefield. Hunchback enters rubble, needs a 3, gets a 6. Whoa, 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 whoa. Not what I meant. Alright, Stiletto. You're here to mess with the Wolfhound. I think at the amount of heat that you're at, we're keeping the large laser down. That's going to be the 3 medium pulses in the SRM. That puts us at 2 heat. Let's see, the quick draw. You're here to mess up the Wyvern. And you have enough heat sinks, I think, to fire more of everything. That's, what, 12, 16... I think we're going to have to keep one of the mediums out of the action, but we should be able to fire, yeah, pretty much everything else and still be relatively cool. Oh, and the Thunderbolt. Yeah, the Thunderbolt and the Goliath definitely have a lot more in common, I think, than, say, the Shadowhawk and the Goliath, or the Griffin and the Thunderbolt. A good through-line callback here. The guy who wrote and directed Dougram a year or 2 later would write and direct Votoms. Okay. Hardly surprising. But also still interesting. I still haven't gotten around to watching Votoms. It's on my radar, but I just haven't had a lot of time in the last, what, year or so? Since the last time we had this conversation, or a conversation like this. 8s and 10s. Sure, we'll do that. The spider at the harasser. The harasser is a hover, right? Yeah, 10-15 hover. He cruised 6 for a TMM of +2, which means we can hit him on 8s. Maybe we can get the, oh. And they've got a stinger. Trying to shoot us in the back. No, shooting a scimitar in the back and probably going to try to kick us. We'll twist so that we can get a punch in on the stinger. And we're going to fire everything at the harasser. Nothing in range. We've got the Wyvern on a 15. That's about it. Dougram is a bit rougher. It's like a prototype for what would later become Votoms, but the whole perspective of essentially guerrilla fighters in the periphery colony fighting a greater federation screams Battletech material. It kind of does, yeah. I feel like a lot of Battletech has to do with the underdog kind of scenario. Also, for whatever reason, is a pretty long show even for the time. Earlier Gundam was only 42 episodes, Votoms is 52, Dougram is a staggering 75. That is rather more epic. Although, I mean, in terms of long-running animes, I mean, it's how many episodes did Dragon Ball run, for example? And at least a couple hundred. And that is a good question. Where can you watch Votoms? I forget. We've got the harasser shooting at our friendly scimitar with SRMs to the front and the turret. We've got the stinger at the scimitar, hitting him in the front, costing him a movement point. We've got the pack rat at the scimitar, missing on a 5. Cronus at the wolfhound on 4s, hits him in the left arm with 2 medium pulses, and the right arm with a medium pulse, down to 6 armor, down to 1 structure on that left arm, and missed with the SRMs, which would have been nice. The wolfhound missing on 9s. The quick draw at the wyvern hits him in the right torso with a large laser and 2 medium lasers going internal, leaving him with 4 structure. The medium laser to the left arm crits on his shoulder, leaving him with 2 internal structure and 4 SRMs to the right leg, right torso, and left arm, destroying it. Foot platoon SRM firing at our friendly scimitar hits him in the turret and the right side, down to 3 armor on that right side. Wolverine at the Wolfhound hits him in the right leg with the autocannon, and the center torso with a medium laser, down to 1 armor in both of those locations. The Goblin missing the Drillson. The Drillson at the Scimitar hits him in the turret on the left side. High Dive is the only place that streams the entire series. The original TV show and the OVAs. Otherwise, you have to pirate it. Hey, we don't use the P word around here. Or buy the Blu-ray collection. Has been subject to fan subbing since the early 90s, but only got its first official Western release in 2018. Spin-off Armored Hunter Mellow Link has to be pirated. There's that word again. Because it's lost media and isn't available outside its original Laserdisc pressing. Okay, so that's one for the hardcore collectors. I had an uncle who had a Laserdisc player, but no one any closer to me than that had one. Alright, the Drillson at this Scimitar landing 2 SRMs to the turret on the left side, immobilizing our Scimitar. 2 more SRMs to the turret in the front. Had one still have some laser discs? Wow. Sadly, I don't know what happened to my uncle's Laserdisc player. He's no longer with us, but I'm not trying to say like I wanted his stuff or anything, but like it was some cool stuff is what I'm trying to say. Is he did have some he's the guy who basically introduced me to anime, and he had quite the collection. Not so much the Dougram and the Votoms, but just anime in general. He had quite a collection, mostly stuff from like the 80s, Bubblegum Crisis, what have you. The Wyvern at the quick draw, landing 4 SRMs to the center torso, left leg, and left arm. Hunchback at the Spider missing on 10s, the Hunter missing on a 10. Wolfhound and the Wyvern both need to make rolls to stay standing. They both make it, although fairly close, with a 6 and a 7 and a 5 and a 5. Ranma 1/2 and Slayers. He had Ranma 1/2. I watched a fair amount of that when I was visiting. He didn't live in the state, so I didn't get to visit him very often, but yeah. It's actually strange because Mellow Link has its own popularity outside of Votom's fans, even though it's fully lost outside of the Laserdiscs and people obviously ripping it. I have a Laserdisc player and mostly have an anime collection for it, such as said Mellow Link and the original Gundam series, Fist of the North Star, which I have not seen. Punch this Wyvern on 4s. Maybe we'll hit him in the head or something. We can try to punch this Stinger on 8. Alright, the Wyvern kicks the quick draw in the left leg for 10, down to 16 armor there. The Hunchback punches the foot platoon, killing 2 guys, leaving 2 guys alive. The quick draw punches the Wyvern in the center torso for 7, down to 11 there. The Spider punches the Stinger in the right torso. Quick draw needs a 4 to stay standing because he got kicked, gets a 5. Everyone's on our side is at 2 heat or less. The Wolfhound is running up to 7. The Hunchback is up to 4. We have 1 initiative, and we are going last. We're at 95.8%. Our reinforcements are at 25.5%. Enemy Op 4 is at 56.4. Let's see. Start with the Panther, because we know what we're doing with him. We can start with the Wasps as well, since they're probably not going to be in the fight at all. Okay, I just noticed it rearranged the listings over here to where the Cronus is back at the top. That's interesting and curious. and weird. Fist of the North Star is an experience. You start that show because one guy who punches dudes and they explode in a Japanese Mad Max world is hilarious. You stay because it actually turns into a devastating and pretty profound Greek tragedy. If you can stomach it, it's like 120 plus episodes. It does sound like quite the investment. I don't know if I'm quite there yet. I think I'm gonna hold off on the spider because he's in the thick of things. We'll go ahead and move the Wolverine. Hopefully he's not about to lose his torso, I think it was. The Wyvern. Trying to close in on the Wolverine. He's got SRMs and LRMs left. His left torso is damaged, but not as badly as his right. Do we walk? Sprint? Do we jump? I think we walk just to keep the heat down and lay into him as much as possible. We might be able to get him on 4s again. That'd be nice. Stiletto. Would like to respond to the Wolfhound if possible. It had a movie that aired even stateside. That's what I have on Laserdisc. It condenses it down to a roughly 2-hour movie, but you know instantly how much it has to be cut and re-edit to fit 120 20-minute episodes down to a single movie. Yeah, I'll bet. But it's still great if you're new to the franchise. Cool. I mean, it sucks that they had to trim down the movie so substantially, but it's cool that they made the effort, at least. Let's try and take out this Drillson. Let's try and take out this Wolfhound. I could have recklessed that. Foot Platoon flees the battlefield. That's fine. They were just gonna die anyway. Let's see. Stiletto at the Wolfhound. We've got him on 7s and 5s. And we'll go 5 over against the Wolfhound. The Wolverine, likewise, has him on 8s. No. We've got the Wolverine, or the Wyvern on 10s. We've got the Wolfhound on 8s. Yeah, we will go with the 8s all day long. Compilation movies are pretty popular in Japan. Gundam and its sequel, Zeta Gundam, each had a trilogy of movies that condensed them. The original Macross, as I recall, has one too. Macross Plus also started as a 4-part miniseries, but has a condensed movie version. What else? What else? There was another one that Evangelion ran, what was it, 26 episodes, but condensed them all in, was it Death and Rebirth, I think? It's been so long, I'm sure I'm screwing it up, but I know that they did something like that. Nines. That's just abysmal. Maybe we'll hit him with something. Maybe he's fleeing. I don't know. We're here to mess up this Drillson. We should be able to do that. We'll go up to 2 heat to fire everything. The Wasp has no one. Panther has no one. And the Wasp has no one. Alright, only the Pack Rat and the Scimitar are eliminated by the Pack Rat. The Stinger hits the Scimitar in the right side, and the rear and the turret with machine gun fire, down to 6 armor on the turret. The Goblin at the Drillson hits it in the left side, cost down to 10 armor. For my Laserdisc collection, I now am just trying to gobble all the anime classics released for it that I enjoy. My real goal is to collect the full 110 episodes of Legend of the Galactic Heroes. Nice. as I said, I don't own a Laserdisc player. We do own a VCR, so we have tried to make an effort to collect some of the anime that we like on VHS or DVD, but that's mainly like re-releases on DVD, not original stuff, and obviously a lot of stuff never got re-released on DVD, so it's kind of hard. I did find Bubblegum Crisis on DVD, so I plan on watching that again soon. Ish. The goblin at the Drillson hits it in the left side, the pack rat at the scimitar, and the scimitar is down from SRM fire. Gribbly, hi, how are you? It's good to see you. We were in the middle of a reconnaissance mission gone badly. And we were talking about anime and laser discs and whatnots. If you aren't watching Pat Labor on VHS, you aren't watching it correctly. How's things? They're going all right. Both IRL and in the game. I don't know. I don't remember if you were here last week when we picked up the new contract, but this is the first mission on was it Planter? Was what it's called, I think. Planting, excuse me. I remembered it was a verb. I just forgot the conjugation. Yeah, our Wolverine took an autocannon 20 hit from a Hetzer, which is now immobile and yeah. Yeah, I took an autocannon 20 to the left torso of my Wolverine. And almost touched off the SRM ammo, did crit the SRM. So I backed out of the fight for a turn or two and dumped the ammo, and I'm still kind of cautiously re-entering the battle. Right now I'm kind of squaring off against a Wyvern and a Wolfhound. But I do have a quick draw and a Cronus backing me up in that case, in that situation. We'll get to the map here in just another couple of minutes. The Wolfhound did land a medium laser on my quick draw's left leg. The Cronus at the Wolfhound landing pulse lasers to the right and left torso and the left leg. And that Wolfhound is surprisingly tough. Don't think I've ever successfully dumped ammo. Well, this is a night mission, so I jumped back out of line of sight, out of visibility. Because he was kind of on the edge of the skirmish to begin with. He had closed in to engage the Hetzer, and the Hetzer promptly blasted him in the chest for it. For his sheer gall. Foot platoon at the scimitar hits it in the front and the turret. The scimitar's already dead though. That's the one that lost its right side. The scimitar Wolverine at the Wolfhound lands the LB-10X to the left arm, transferring into the left torso. Medium pulses to the right leg, and left torso, destroying both the right leg and transferring into the right torso, and destroying the left torso, transferring into the center torso, leaving him with 0 armor. Yeah, the Wolverine is looking relatively pristine, other than taking that autocannon 20 to the left torso, which went internal. Did anyone watch our game? It does have a few views, and it does have a comment, or it had a comment last time I checked. People get their knees shaky at the Hetzer, but what I truly fear is a pack of goblins. No, I'm gonna have to go with the crowd on that one. The Hetzer is scarier than the pack of goblins. Well, I guess it depends on the size of the pack. Wolverine for sale, slight 210mm dent in the bumper. Yeah, it does have some views. I couldn't tell you offhand how many it has at the moment. Need to go and watch it. I didn't see it on YouTube. No, I'll have to go and watch. Yeah, I mean it's worth a watch. I don't want to give away the ending, But yeah, I would definitely say it's worth a watch. Yeah, that's already gave away the ending. When did I do that? I don't remember giving away the ending, but I must have. It appeared on my feed as an indication that you do appear in it at least. Oh, when I first got on. Well, I was just I guess I must have. Anyway, Wolverine at the Wolfhound, destroying the left arm, destroying the right leg, destroying the left torso. Quick draw at the Wyvern, landing a hit to the left torso, critting on a heat sink. The Drillson landing hits on the Scimitar, which I think is already dead on the right side. The Spider at the Drillson getting the kill finally. Wyvern at the quick draw, landing 4 SRMs to the down the right side and also the left arm. Hunchback at the Scimitar, hitting it in the turret on the right side, but it's all moot. Wolfhound automatically falls, takes 4 to the right torso, critting on a medium laser, needs a 13 to avoid damage, needs a 3 to stay conscious, gets a 5. 47 views, alright. That is more than it had last time I checked. By about 45. So I guess that one did turn out to be pretty popular. Most of my videos hover around 30 to 35 views. We can kick him in the center torso and kill him. They're down to 3 mechs, including a Hunchback, which is at 6 heat. Our Cronus is at 5 heat. Our Quick Draw is at 3, and the Spider is at 2. The Wyvern and the Stinger are both running cool. We've lost initiative going into round 12, and we will be going first. Be careful fighting this FedCom, they might bring that swordsman out of storage. Wait, we're not fighting the FedCom, are we? Oh, we are actually, never mind. Sure. I'm used to thinking of the FedCom as the good guys, but in this case, I guess not. Yeah, they might bring the swordsman out of storage, and then I will be truly screwed. Because we all know that the swordsman is an impeccable piece of machinery. I think they are the good guys. I guess that makes you the bad guy. Arguably. In this case, you took the correct side, that being the Glorious Republic of Rasselhog. I'm just in it for the C-bills. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Alright, so we've still got the Wyvern, which is missing both of his arms, and might be trying to retreat. Maybe I can find out. Platoon is crippled in withdrawing, but no one else, it says, is. There are explicitly no good guys in Battletech, regardless of Stackpole's efforts. Yes, that is also quite true. Alright, so our reinforcements got utterly obliterated. We've got another Drillson up here with an LRM-10. That can't really do much of anything with his LRM-10 because he's turret locked to the right side and immobile, so he can't even turn the tank to line up the shot. Can we have our speeder coming on, shoot him in the rear, I guess, because the left side's not an option. I mean, this isn't playing out like Stackpole, I don't think. There isn't at least 10 engine explosions yet. Yeah, I have the Stackpole rules turned off. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. He does tend to go a little ham with the with the nuclear engines. Alright, Wolverine, jump this way. Wyvern is crippled and withdrawing. Do we want to finish it off? Does Stiletto want to get the kill? Let's see, on his left side. His left side is less badly damaged than his right, but if we can get that torso. I just played a battle in Rogue Tech and they had some primitive mechs. Had 3 mechs go stack pull and almost killed my mechs. They dropped right in the middle of my lands. That sucks. That's why I've got the stack pull rules turned off, was because I know that I like to get up close and personal with the enemy, and that's a bad idea when they tend to blow up when you kill them. We'll skip the ER large. We'll go with the medium pulses on 7s and the SRMs on 9s. Wolverine has the Hunchback on a 9. I have stack pull rules turned on, but only because the chance of a detonation is pretty rare, needing a 10 plus and 4 engine crits in one turn. I thought it was 3 engine crits, and I thought it was an 8 plus, but I must be wrong. Obviously, I'm not as familiar with the rules because I don't use them. Ooh. I don't want to target him in the front. On 5s. Maybe we can get a quick kill with that. The quick draw has the Hunchback on a 9, has the Harasser on a 5. We can also, maybe, just in case the first one doesn't, we'll kill the Harasser. I figure that's a better use of firepower versus trying to get the Hunchback on 9s. Speeder was coming up here to kill the Drillson, but we've got the pack route on 8s. We've got the pack route on 8s, the Drillson. Let me just review you instead of trying to wait for the pop-up. We need to hit you in the left side for 15. I think we can do that. It just means 3 out of 4 of our lasers. We'll go 3 over. Sure, why not? Wasp at the pack rat on 14s. That's not gonna happen. The Harasser maybe? On 10s. Oh. Hit that button. I meant to hit this button. And finally, the Wasps come out to play. The Panther at the pack rat on a 12. Sure, but only because the Harasser is definitely dead by this point. The Wasp at the pack rat on 13s. Or we've got the front of the Harasser on 9s. Clear out some ammo from our bins. I'd be wrong too, I just stare at the logs, not the rules. Well, you're one up on me, because I don't even stare at the logs for that kind of game. Okay, Cronus at the Wyvern hits him in the left torso with a medium pulse laser and crits on his ammo, and there's no more Wyvern. The Stinger missing the Spider on 11s. The Wolverine at the Harasser hits him and kills him on the first shot to the left side, not the front. The quick draw then destroys the front. The Spider at the Drillson hits it in the left side. 1, 2, twice. That's not the kill. I needed 1 more on the left side. And that's also 2 hits to the rear, or 3 hits to the rear, down to 3 armor. Which means, how much internal does he have? Okay, even if I punched him in the rear twice, that would be, what, 2 hits for 3 each? Wait. Left side. Left side is gone? What happened to his left side? The Wasp missing, the Panther missing, the Wasp missing, the Hunchback at the Wasp. Ooh, hits him in the left arm with some LRMs, critting on his upper arm. 6 more LRMs to the center torso and right arm. The Goblin at the Drolson hits him in the left side. Okay. So the kill-stealing allies got the kill for the Drolson from me. With the large laser hit. So I guess there's no one to punch. The Spider's at 3 heat. Everyone else is at 1 or less. The Wyvern is... Does that Wyvern have case? We hit him in the ammo. That Wyvern has case. Well, dang. I did not expect him to survive that. Alright, so we've lost initiative, but we are going after the reinforcements, what's left of them. There are 2 units remaining. No one expects case. I mean, not in the enemies, not out of a Wyvern, anyways. He's still got the LRM-10, which is out of ammo, so he is going to continue retreating. Let's see, the Wolverine. Jump into partial cover. Quick draw. We'll jump onto the cover, because why not? Let's see, the Wasp is going to jump back because we cannot afford to lose him. Both Wasps, in fact, will be jumping backwards into cover. The Panther will continue advancing, however, because he's more able to deal damage and more able to sustain damage. Our chief weapon is case and the lack of stack poles. I don't know if I would say that's our main weapon, but it's definitely on the list. Alright. Yeah, Wyvern is definitely trying to get out of here this turn, or next turn. The Spider. And jump onto the Maxim. We can shoot up an immobile Maxim. Sure. Ooh, I got one. Went a long way. Alright, let's see. The Cronus. At the foot platoon, impossible. At the Maxim on 4s. Where do we want to hit the Maxim? We want to hit him in the rear. So we'll go ahead and take that shot. Case is so good, we stored our case in its own case. You know, to prevent the danger of explosion. Cluster munitions work relatively well against infantry, right? So we'll go, what was that, a 7 or an 8? And a couple of 10s, and a couple more 10s. Quick draw at the foot platoon on 8s. They're in the open. We'll go up to 5 over, because the alternative is going 3 under. The Spider at the Maxim, we wanted to hit him in the rear, I think it was. We've got him on 2s. We'll go 4 over. Sure. The Wasps have no one in range. Panther has a Stinger all up in his face. We've got the Pack Rat on an 11. We've got the Hunchback on a 10. Got the Maxim. We'll try for the 10. And we've got the Stinger on a 14. That's not going to happen. Alright, the Goblin missing the Hunchback on a 12. The Stinger missing the Goblin on a 12. The Cronus hit the Maxim, hits him in the rear for 8, down to 2 armor. The Wolverine at the foot platoon kills 4 guys with the LBX, kills 6 guys with the first medium pulse, and 6 more with the second, killing the infantry unit. The SRM foot platoon at the Spider hits him in the head, forcing his second consciousness check. He's down to 1 armor. And 2 hits to the right torso, critting on his engine and double heat sink. So he is going to be running super hot next turn. And we need to get him out of there because 2 more SRMs or machine guns to that right torso and he is kaput. Oh, and he took another point to the right torso, which crits on another double heat sink and a medium laser. Quick draw at the foot platoon, kills 1 guy, kills 2 guys. Wait, this foot platoon is already dead. The foot platoon missing the Spider on a 12. The Spider at the Maxim hits him in the right side, the turret, and the right side some more, down to 5 armor. Small laser to the rear, down to 4 structure, and destroying the stabilizer. Hunchback missing the Goblin with his LRMs on 8s. The Panther missing on a 10, and the Hunter missing on a 9. The Spider, can we punch the Maxim in the right side twice for 6 damage? We hit him in the rear, he's down to 1 structure, and critted on his LRM 5. And missed with the other punch. Ridiculous. The Spider is now at 11 heat and needs to bug out. The Quick Draw is at 5 heat. The Panther is at 2 heat. They still have the Hunchback and the Stinger. We've lost initiative and we are going first. We're at 92% of our forces. The enemy is at 37% of theirs, and it might be time to go for the objective. Which is actually to scan the enemy units. Yeah, I'll see if I can't finish this battle this turn by not shooting anything. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but we have to not shoot anything in order to use our scanners. And the objective is to scan everything. So we will try and do that. The Wasps will go ahead and maybe get into kind of a formation over here. Maybe try to tag the Stinger depending on where he wants to go. Okay, Spider, you need to just get the heck out. You've got your full jumping movement points. Let's just get you out of dodge. We can flee next turn. I've never been a big user of case. I don't know why not. For half a ton, it can save your life. And I mean that quite literally. Okay, we're not... With XL, not really. True, but even with an XL engine, it still is going to make it easier to salvage whatever it is that blew up. Alright, let's maybe take some shots at this Pack Rat, which has an SRM 6 with almost 30 shots left in it. Our Goblin is over here just hanging out, doing not much. With an XL, you can survive using Case 2. That is true, I believe, because Case 2 just blows out your rear armor. It doesn't do internal damage, is the way I understand it works, right? Stiletto at the Maxim, shooting for that rear on 5s. Varank prefers awesomes and energy boats in general. That I can definitely get behind. Yeah, for sure. I definitely feel that one. Case 2 is great. Most modern mechs have it now, which is nice. Yeah. It does it weigh more, or is there any kind of trade-off for that? I'm not as familiar with Case 2. I do like archers, but not in MegaMek. Princess hunts them down. This is absolutely true. Let's switch back to autocannon ammo. We've got the Hunchback on 8s. We've got the Hunter on 8s. Go for that Hunchback. We've got him on 10s. We've got the Hunter on 8s with the pulses. 10s, 10s. We'll shoot the mediums there. That leaves us 1 heat under. The quick draw at the Hunter on 8s versus the Hunchback. The Hunter is relatively tough, is it not? Yeah, got over 20 points of armor on all sides. So we will throw some 8s at him. It's 1 ton instead of 0.5. Okay. Any thoughts on the AWS-KM10? I'm not familiar with the AWS-KM10. I might be able to pull it up if it's appropriate to the era. AWS. Nope, it is not purchasable. So I don't have stats for it in front of me, so I couldn't tell you what my thoughts on it are, I'm afraid. Alright, let's try and take out this Hunter. I'm thinking maybe I can kick the Maxim. The Speeder at the Maxim as well. Outside of visual range, okay. And we're still 6 heat over already. From the engine hit and the missing heat sinks. Oh, the dash 10 km, sorry. Well, it's still not on the list, so I still couldn't tell you. Case 2 is a ton, does 1 point of internal damage in the torso, which still applies to critical, with the rest shunted out the rear of the mech. But ammo explosion damage to the pilot still applies. Okay, so it only destroys the torso if it's your last point on the torso, but you still take a chance at getting a crit. So it's helpful, but it's not a guarantee that you won't take any damage. Let's see. Got the pack rat on 12s. Got the stinger on 14s. Well, that's an easy choice. The shot that's technically possible versus the one that's not. The Panther at the pack rat on 7s and 10s. We go up to 6 heat over. No, not on a 10, I don't think. And this Wasp will stand still and not take any actions. So that he can scan that stinger. So when all is said and done, we can kill everything but the stinger, and then we'll have scanned all of the surviving units. I like it as a Jihad 8 awesome. I'd take it if I was playing something in that era. It's got 2 heavy PPCs and a snub nose, and it moves 3/5. Okay. So same movement profile, right? But it swaps 2 PPCs for heavy and the third for the snub. Now, snub nose PPCs are pretty powerful, I understand. They've got good range for that short bracket. They do good damage to heat ratio. And the heavy PPC does 15, same as a clan PPC. Well, just you wait until we reach the Jihad era. That's gonna be a while. Cronus at the Maxim hits it in the front, hits it in the left side and the turret, immobilizing it and stunning the crew. Wolverine at the Hunchback missing, and the Hunter hits it in the front for 12 damage. The Stinger missing the Goblin. The Quick Draw at the Hunter hits it in the left side for 18, stunning the crew for a turn. Sorry, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Oh, leaving it with one structure. Stunning the crew for 2 turns and immobilizing it. Packrat hits the Panther with all 6 SRMs to the center torso, right torso, center torso, left torso, center torso, and the left arm. Lots of locations down to 8 armor there. The Wasp missing the Packrat on 12s, the Foot Platoon at the Wolverine, hitting him in that damaged left torso with all 5 of his shots. That seems highly unlikely. The Wolverine is down to 6 structure on the left torso. That Foot Platoon, damn. The Panther hits the Packrat in the front for 10, leaving it with 6 armor. The Maxim landing 3 LRMs on the Panther's right leg, critical for no effect. The Hunchback at the Goblin landing medium laser to the front at extreme range, landing 6 LRMs to the left side, causing it minor motive system damage. Goblin at the Packrat hits it in the right side, and the Hunter missing on a 7. Quick Draw will kick the Maxim, I think, on a 0. The Wasp, I think we can punch the Stinger on 13s. And we kicked the Maxim on its left side, which is its strong side, so it survived. It's down to 4 structure, but has no armor. The Quick Draw is at 7 heat. The Spider is still at 6 heat. That's okay. The Spider will be fleeing this turn. We have lost initiative, and we are going first. We're at 91%. Reinforcements are at 17%. Primary outfor is at 28%. And we have scanned exactly 1 of the enemy units. Need to get the Wolverine away from those infantry. Maybe even off the field. We can do this without falling on our butt. Oh. Rubble does not require a PSR? That's interesting. Let's see, the Quick Draw will be jumping in close to the Hunchback. Speeder will be fleeing. Wasp, I think, can start carrying the Spider a bit. Try to keep him from getting too friendly with our Goblin. The Panther will close with the Packrat, I think. Alright, Spider flees the battlefield. We knew that happened. I was just looking at the Maxim and the Maxim 2. I was just looking at the Maxim and the Maxim 2. Okay. So we've got him. We want to shoot him in the rear. We've got him on 3s. 5s. Throw in the SRM just cause. The Wolverine has shots on the Hunchback on 6s. For the Hunter. Hunter's weak on the left side and the front. We can hit him on the left side. Go for the kill. And that just leaves the Hunchback and the Packrat, I think. You look decent, just reminded me because you were shooting at one. Oh. Yeah. I mean, the Maxim is not a bad tank. It's got some LRMs, some machine guns, and some SRMs, or at least this one does. I generally prefer my tanks with direct fire weaponry, lasers and autocannons and the like, but missile boats are also fun. I tend to lean towards carriers in those cases. We go 12 over. Oh. But we'll go 9 over. Sure. We'll take next turn as a cooldown turn. Or, you know what we should have done? We should have not fired at all. Huh. Very large infantry compartment. Oh yeah, that's probably why there's a foot platoon in the same hex as him. So we've got the pack rat on 9s and 8s, it looks like. Versus we've got the hunchback on 8s and 10s. Yeah. We'll take a 9 and an 8 over an 8 and a 10. That puts us 4 over, which is perfectly acceptable. Let's see, which way is this wasp, or is this stinger actually facing? Where is, he's actually facing to the right here. You can just barely see that little sliver of an arrow. So this wasp is actually in his side. We will fire on 14s, that's for sure. And this guy has him on 13. That's also not gonna. Notice at the Maxim shoots him in the butt and kills him. Because of my love of Steel Battalion, I'm a full weapon platform kind of guy. Why my man is in a stalker. Yeah. That stalker has, I don't know if you saw, but I upgraded it recently. I dropped the LRM 10s down to pairs of LRM 5s, which saves a ton on each side. So I was able to add a couple medium lasers. It's just a little more munchkin-y, a little more powerful. Just a little tweak to make things a little cooler. It does have to bracket fire just a little bit more. It can't fire everything like it could before. This is 49.12. Which, I mean, 49.11 doesn't let you do this. It's about the loadout I run in MechWarrior 5, so even better. Do you get the targeting, the combat computer in MechWarrior 5 as well? Because that really makes the build. Being able to sink 40 heat a turn is just unbelievable. Alright, Cronus got the kill on the Maxim. Wolverine got the kill on the Hunter. Stinger missing on 10s. Quick draw at the Hunchback on 5s. Hitting him in the left leg with the large laser. Center torso and left leg with medium lasers. And all 6 SRMs. Left leg is down to 1 armor. Yeah, I've got it blown up pretty big so that it's easier to see everything all at once, but it is in fact not full screen. Could do this, might be a little more legible. The pack rat at the Panther, landing 4 SRMs to the right arm and left leg. No significant damage there. The Panther at the pack rat, landing 2 SRMs to the front and left side, costing it a movement point. The Hunchback at the Panther, landing a medium laser to the right arm. LRMs to the center torso and right leg. Down to 3 armor on that center torso. And then 6 more LRMs to the left arm and center torso. I get how it's better for someone like a streamer, but in personal use, I prefer the full page report that pops back into the game. I'm with you on that one. I do think I prefer switching back and forth rather than the popping up. The Goblin missing on 11, everyone stays standing. And also, I wish it was possible. Okay, there we go. Let me try to get this just the right size. Where we can, it'll actually let you search by mention, so like the Cronus. or we could do just damage. Although that one might be a little much. Destroyed. Hunter destroyed. Searchlight destroyed. Maxim destroyed. Engine destroyed. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I think this is the size I'm going to keep it at. I was hoping for a toggle for it, but I didn't see one. I do like being able to pin the stats window to the side for unit. Yes, I also like that. There is also a button here called switch location that I haven't pressed yet. And yeah, actually you can pin this to the side as well, although it does become... It doesn't wrap very well, I don't think. I mean, that just seems... How do I switch it back? Okay, there it is. Switch location. There we go. Okay, it was just hidden at the bottom behind a scroll wheel or a scroll bar. Okay, so we can kick the Hunchback on head level at on a 4. The Wasp can maybe try to punch the Stinger on 13 and 15. Oh, I think the Stinger tried to do something and fell. A bit too cumbersome that way. Maybe if it had better text wrapping. Yeah, maybe. The Quick Draw kicks the Hunchback in the right torso for 13, down to 5 armor there. The Wasp missing his punches on 15s and 13s. I did not realize I had actually commanded him to do that. Stinger tries to kick the Goblin and misses. The Hunchback stays standing. The Stinger does not. Takes 2 to the center torso. Needs a 7 to avoid damage, gets an 8. The Quick Draw is at 9 heat, the Panther is at 4, the Cronus is at 2, the Hunchback is at 3. What all enemy units do we have remaining? There are, it says 5 of them. They're at 22% of their forces. Is the Wasp 1A primitive? I don't believe it is. I believe that's your standard everyday Wasp with the, oh. That is iPad Mac 696 medium laser SRM2. Oh, the Wasp 1 is not the 1A. Okay, good to know. Let me bring this guy down a bit so I can see the map for one thing. Also shrinking down the map a little bit so I can see more of it. So the Pack Rat and the Hunchback still need to be scanned. The Foot Platoon I don't think needs to be scanned for objective purposes. Let's see, the Wolverine was going to flee this turn because he is about to lose that left torso. Stiletto can, you know what? Stiletto can Reckless. Can't she? Oh, there's more. Okay, so even as many buttons as there are at the bottom of the screen, there is a button for more. So, that's not all the buttons even. Yeah, let's go ahead and get up in these Foot Platoon. There are, how many of them left? 24, and they have SRM. You know what? I don't think I'm actually going to do that. I know because in my current Mega campaign, I've encountered a lot of primitive wasps. We have fighting periphery stuff, as well as sometimes the support primitive griffin, which is 60 tons. What era? Started in 2750 and going to drag it all the way to the Dark Ages. Nice. Yeah. So the Stinger is prone. We're down to 2 of our starting mechs. We've got the Quick Draw and the Cronus and our 3 trainees. Can we go ahead and end this now? Yeah, go ahead. We'll start bugging out. We've scanned the Stinger. We can scan the infantry. We can scan the Hunchback, and then we can call it quits. Have a few dependents already in 2755. Yeah. Whenever it hits 2756, I think you can expect more dependents. And I think however many dependents you attract depends largely on your unit rating. So as your unit rating goes up, you'll attract more and more dependents, I believe. And they just appear out of nowhere on January 1st. Like, there's a party and everyone's invited. I really like the continuity that way. It'd be fascinating to see the family trees by the time you finish. I mean, yeah, that would be cool. It is a little weird waiting for a pilot to grow up and just watching them gain XP month by month. But yeah, it can be cool too. Alright, quick draw is going to stand still. As much as I want to shoot this Hunchback, I'm going to have to not so that I can scan him so that we can end this mission. Stinger stands up successfully. Wolverine flees the battlefield. Alright, let's start with the Panther, I think. We've got the Pack Rat on 10 and a 13 now. Nope. Stiletto's not gonna fire. That's what, 0 chew in the quick draw. I really want to take out this Hunchback. I really do. But we really just need to scan it and the Pack Rat, and we can call it quits. Alright, Stinger kills the foot platoon flamer with a machine gun fire. The Pack Rat missing, the foot platoon missing the Cronus, the Goblin landing a hit on the Stinger's left leg, down to 1 structure there. The Hunchback hitting the quick draw with medium lasers to the left torso, left leg, and left arm, down to 6 armor on that leg. Alright, so the only thing left to scan is the Pack Rat. Yeah, we'll go ahead and try to kick an infantry on a 4. We'll try to kick the Hunchback on a 2. The Stinger kicked the Goblin in the right side. The Cronus kicked 2 guys. The quick draw kicks the Hunchback in the right arm. The Hunchback stays standing. Alright, and the Hunchback has been scanned. So the only thing left is that Pack Rat. And then we can call it good. Do you guys want me to actually try and retreat? No one expects to be hit by the family lance. That is true. Unless you're... Well, I was going to make a joke about the Grey Death Legion and how that was a father-son duo, but I couldn't remember anyone's names to make the joke. Wasps are going to go ahead and continue falling back. Let's see, the Panther gonna get within spitting distance of the Pack Rat and not shoot it. Stiletto gonna join in the gang tackle on the Hunchback along with the quick draw, who's not gonna move, guaranteeing that everything is going to hit pretty much. We have scanned the Hunchback, so we don't need to worry about not shooting him. Which means we're going to shoot him. And we're going to go to 6 over because this is going to be the last turn of the match. No one really wants to bump into the Allard Leal Lance. Remind me. I know the name, and it was Kai. Allard Liao, but I forget what he was famous for. Alright, the Stinger hits the Goblin with a medium laser and both machine guns on 7s, mostly to the right side, also to the rear, immobilizing the Goblin. That sucks for him. The Goblin missing the Stinger on 11. The Cronus at the Hunchback hits him in the center torso, hits him in the right arm, hits him in the right arm again, destroying it and transferring into the right torso. Justin and Kai, and were they Solaris combatants? Or were they actual, like, soldiers? Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. I just couldn't remember. Hunchback is down to 2 armor on the right torso. The Pack Rat at the Panther hits him in the right leg, the right arm, left torso, right torso. Quick Draw at the Hunchback hits him in the left arm with a large laser. Mediums to the center and left torso. Medium laser to the right leg. Hunchback hits the Quick Draw in the right torso, right arm, left torso, center torso with medium lasers. So that is 20 plus damage right there, which does knock him down. He takes 5 to the right torso and 1 to the right leg. Needs a 5 to avoid hurting the pilot. Hunchback took 40 plus damage, needs a 5, gets a 9. And he is probably trying to kick us since he did fire his medium lasers, which are in his arms. He kicked us in the left leg for 10. We kicked him in the left leg for 11. It's not a 2 structure. Nobody falls down. And we have now officially scanned everything. We can call this after 2 hours. Oh man, I did not expect this battle to last that long. Not by a long shot. Yes, we want to save the salvage. We always do. Survivors are Foot Platoon, Goblin, Immobile, Cronus with 4 kills. The Quick Draw, the Wasp, the Panther, and the other Wasp. The Hunchback got a kill. The Pack Rat got a kill. The Stinger got a kill. 2 Foot Platoons in retreat. The Wyvern, the Spider, and the Wolverine. The Graveyard contains the Maxim, destroyed by the Hunchback. The other Maxim destroyed by the Drillson. The Drillson destroyed by the Spider. The Scimitar destroyed by the Pack Rat. The Wolfhound destroyed by the Cronus. The Drillson destroyed by the Goblin. The Harasser destroyed by the Wolverine and the Foot Platoon. Battles could be shorter if you had a nuke. The Kell family is arguably more frightening if they were all alive at the same time. Yeah, they weren't. I'm gonna say we controlled that battlefield. We were very nearly on the verge of just destroying them all. We just took time out to scan them before running them off. The Wolverine with heavy damage, all to the left torso. No damage anywhere else. He took like 5 hits and they were all to the left torso. The Quick Draw took some armor damage, especially that left leg and the right torso. The Spider took some head hits and the right torso went internal, damaging a heatsink and the engine. And the Cronus took barely anything. A hurt left torso is better than a lost left torso. That is absolutely true. And then Hade van den Uden in the Spider took a couple of hits. If they all turned traitor, that'd be more environmentally friendly. I don't follow. If all of the bad guys turn traitor? Or, like, which environment are we talking about? When do contracts start generating clan op for? I believe that's in May of 3050. But I'm not 100% sure. That's the earliest I think I've seen a contract to generate clan op for. Responding to Werewolf's earlier comment. Oh, yeah, about battles being shorter. Okay, so we've got 20% salvage percentage. The Hunchback got away, the Pack Rat and the Stinger got away. Everything else is pretty much junk, we could take a Hetzer, and I think we will. That puts us at 3%. We might as well also salvage, say, a hunter and a harasser. That puts us at 12%, which is fine. Gives our mechanics something to do. Maybe Doodles will go up a level soon. We captured Yano's husband of the Drillson, Elizabeth and Jeff of the Drillson, Andre and Cecile of the foot platoon, Azumat of the foot platoon. I don't think we got any pilots. Hetzer, the hunter, the Maxim, and the, oh, we did get the Wolfhound pilot. Nice. Rana Komatsu. Yes. Alright. We did get some mobility kills that got stolen from us, but I'm not going to count those. We've got Stiletto, MVP, with the Hetzer, the Vedette, the Wolfhound, and the Maxim. We've got Vernita with 2 kills, the foot platoon and the hunter. We've got Vernita with 3 kills, the harasser as well. And Hadi van den Uden with the Drillson. Nice. Scan the following enemy units. Yes, we effectively scanned all of these guys. So that's +1 scenario victory point. We preserved all of these guys, if kind of narrowly in a couple of cases. So that's 2 scenario victory points. We can call that we'll call that a standard victory. And we are disconnected from the server. Alright guys, this is where I'm gonna go ahead and, well, hold on. Right. Yeah, we've got salvage in the repair bay. I'm gonna go ahead and save this, but I'm gonna, so that I don't save over my last save, since we haven't advanced a single day, I'm gonna go ahead and call that a post-stream save file. When we come back next week, we'll be salvaging these tanks and repairing our guys. We've got some people in the infirmary. We've got prisoners ready to defect. Rana Komatsu. Anyone else? Harry Emerson. Ron Pograjak. Yana Barkosik. Didn't mean to do that. That's whatever. We've got Elsa is gonna care for all of the other prisoners who do not want to defect. That does not include you. Alright. Now I did that so that I wouldn't forget next week, because I am prone to doing that, and we will save over post-stream save. And we were gonna go ahead and call it here. Thank you all for joining me. It's been lovely. I feel like it's been a real who's who of everyone that ever shows up. The only person I think I was missing was Carpathice. Unless he didn't show up and I'm forgetting, did he? I don't think so. But yeah. Thanks for joining me. It's been a pleasure, Mr. McGorilla. I wouldn't I'm glad you were able to join me. I'm glad I'm able to have the privilege of sharing this journey with you guys. And we will catch you next week, and I hope you all have a good time until then. Frank, you as well.